Let me go over the moves which frequently occur in games of close character. Pawn king 4, pawn king 3, pawn queen 4, pawn queen 4, knight queen bishop 3, knight king bishop 3, bishop king knight 5, bishop king 2. He ought to first exchange the pawns, and then bring his bishop to king 2. In such a manner he would obtain an almost unassailable position. Bishop takes knight, bishop takes bishop, knight to king bishop 3, black castles. There is no necessity for him to castle so early. His first aim should be to bring his queen side into action. For instance, black's sixth move, pawn takes pawn, knight takes pawn, knight queen 2, bishop queen 3, pawn king knight queen knight 3, white castles, bishop knight 2. Would be, although not the very best, a sufficiently safe plan for bringing his pieces out. Black's sixth move, castles. Bishop queen 3, pawn queen knight 3, pawn king 5, bishop king 2, pawn queen rook 4. White consistently takes aim against black's king side. Black's queen side pieces have so little bearing upon the actual scene of battle that his game is already greatly compromised. Bishop knight 2. The only comparatively safe move would have been bishop queen rook 3. Bishop takes pawn check. King takes bishop. Knight 5 check. Now here the correct move would be king knight 3, because if instead king knight square, then queen rook 5, bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, pawn bishop 3, pawn knight 6, and mate cannot be avoided. Black's 11th move, king knight 3, knight king 2, bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, and the correct move here is pawn king bishop 4. If queen takes pawn, then knight b4 check, king bishop 4, queen 3 check, king knight 5, queen rook 3 check, king takes knight, queen bishop 3 checkmate. So we're back to black's 13th move of pawn king bishop 4. Knight pawn takes pawn en passant. King bishop 2. Knight bishop 4. Rook to rook square. To protect himself against white playing king rook 7, but his defense is of no avail, as his cruel foe does not allow him a moment's repose. Queen, knight 4. Rook takes rook check. King, queen 2. And the correct move here is pawn takes pawn. Now what shall black do? If rook to rook 2, then queen takes king pawn check, king to bishop square, knight to knight 6 mate. Black's 17th move, pawn takes pawn. Queen, knight 6 check, king, king 2, queen, knight 7 check, king to king square, queen to knight 8 check, king to king 2, queen takes pawn check, king to bishop square. First white drives the black king into the most dangerous spot, and then comes the finishing stroke. Rook takes rook, king to knight 2. Rook to rook 7 check, king takes rook, queen bishop 7 check, king to rook square, knight to knight 6 checkmate. If we again critically glance over the few variations that we have gone through, we must be struck by one fact, namely that the losing side had the greater part of his army in positions where they had no bearing whatsoever upon the questions at issue. They might have been just as well anywhere else but on the board.